What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another NFL free pick breakdown. This is for your Thursday night football game in the Dolphins versus Bills divisional matchup. Super excited for this game. It should be a tight one. It should be a really good game. Primetime games have been good thus far, with the exception of maybe yesterday's game between the 49ers and the Jets. But once again, primetime games have been good to start the season. So looking forward to picking up another winner here in the Dolphins and Bills games, and we will get into your free pick for that. The free pick will be given out a little bit later in this video, so just go to the end there if you'd like that. But a few things to cover, guys. We have that YouTube exclusive promo code for you guys to get 25% off of any package you want on our WAP.com website. If you're looking to sign up for a package for the NFL season, we have all of our packages available on WAP.com. You can find that link is in our YouTube bio. So go over there, click that link and sign up for a package. We have a 3-day package, we have a bi-weekly package, a monthly package, and then we have an NFL package, which is 6 months, along with a free $1,000 funded sports betting account challenge. We partnered with Player Profit to give you guys a bankroll to work with for the NFL season. So if you want $1,000 to start off your bankroll with for the NFL season, go and sign up for our NFL Pass and get some free coin there. But with that being said, guys, YouTube 25 for 25% off of any of our package. We have redid this promo code here for week 2 of the NFL because so many of you guys loved it in week 1 and signed up for it. So we've opened 25 more additional spots for you guys to go and utilize. It's going to sell out quick. It'll probably be gone by Thursday. So if you're looking to do that for our NFL package or any other package, YouTube 25 is your code for 25% off. With that being said, we are going to dive into your free pick today. Is in the Bills versus Dolphins game, and we'll talk about a few key statistics, some trends, and some things to look at. But ultimately, we are rocking with the Bills and Dolphins under 49.5. Bills Dolphins under 49.5. This is still floating around on some books. If not, play the alternate at 49.5. Try to get that extra half point. I know a lot of books have this at 49, but some do have it at 49.5. So if you can get that 49.5, please shop your lines. It's very, very important in the NFL to shop lines and get the best number you possibly can, because these lines are generally pretty sharp towards game time. So once again, sooner you get it, the better. All of our premium plays, or I should say the majority of our premium plays for NFL and college football, are posted almost a week in advance, guys. So once again, we preach closing line value, beating closing lines. We beat a combined closing line margin by over 20 points of closing line value between all of our plays in college football and NFL last week. So if you're looking to get them early, hop in the premium with us, get all the bets early. But shop the line on this one. 49.5 is the official free pick. And we will dive into exactly why we're taking this lean. But first, we'll take a look at the DraftKings betting splits. DraftKings probably has the most clientele out of any major U.S. onshore book. Also, DraftKings typically does have the sharpest clientele out of the retail books. Now, don't get me wrong, we talk about betting splits and why you should take them with a grain of salt. When you are looking at betting splits, use Vision. It is a software that we pay for, but it's by far the most accurate. You'll get the most accurate information in terms of betting splits. Don't use CBS. Don't use Action Network. Those are third party. They get their numbers from different resources. This Vision is by far the most accurate. And we're going to use DraftKings here because DraftKings has the most clientele and typically the most money being wagered on it. As we can see here, this 49 number has 37% of bets and 60% of the money. Now, typically, betting splits don't matter that much because they don't really influence movement. Once again, sharp money is influencing line movement, and that primarily comes from the market-making books, which the retail books then copy. However, in this scenario, we are seeing sharp money being wagered on the under because the line is moving, and we can see this bet discrepancy with only 37% of the bets, but 60% of the money is actually on this under, and this has drilled the line down from the opening number at 51. So we did lose a little bit of closing line value, but I could honestly see this game closing around that 47.5 mark. And the reason for this is there is some weather that's probably anticipated in this matchup. We'll take a look at exactly what that could look like. So this is covers.com, just a brief breakdown. Buffalo did a really good job in week 1. Even though the Cardinals hung a decent amount of points on them, 28 points, the Cardinals offense is revamped. They look much better, but the Bills' run defense was very good. They had the 7th lowest success rate the Cardinals did, and they just gave up 4.5 yards per play. Cardinals had much more possessions than they were expected to have in that game, resulting in, obviously more chances to score. But the Bills, under Joe Brady, also ran the ball at the 4th highest rate in week 1, which was 56.9%, compared to only 46.5% run rate last season. Teams that run the ball typically, depending on where the number's set, hit the under more because it chews more clock, less possessions for both teams, and it just drains the clock much quicker than throwing it. Incompletions, chunk yard plays, explosive plays. And also, once again, the Dolphins have been widely regarded as an explosive play team for the past few years, obviously with Tyreek Hill catching a bomb here and there, and there are other guys getting incorporated into those long, deep plays. However, in terms of play calling from what we saw in week 1, Mike McDaniel is actually trying to run the ball more. He handed off on only 38% of snaps. However, they have 3 very, very capable running backs in Miami: Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane, and Jeff Wilson Jr. And all of those guys should see playing time, which will drive that run factor up and which will drive the amount of plays that Miami's actually running the ball up. Now, once Miami saw a little bit of throwing success, they did resort to that, but early in the game, they were going run heavy, and this Bills defense is good at stopping the pass. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams go back to this run game and really, really chew clock, making it hard to hit this over of 49. And then last but not least, the forecast for Thursday Night Football is low 80s, but the humidex is 80%, making it feel like almost 104 degrees at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This is going to be a brutal conditions to play in. Feels like 104 with crazy humidity. Makes players more sweaty, makes the ball much harder to throw and catch. Once again, going back to that factor that both of these teams might run the ball a lot more than they typically do. And also, that brings more potential for thunderstorms, as we can see in this write-up, with showers expected to be coming in after the first half. With humidity, with some rain, definitely going to be a run-heavy game, and it's going to be much harder to throw and make completions. And as we can see, I can go on the weather a little more in depth, but there's like a 35% chance of precipitation just based on humidity after the first half. So that is definitely a key factor into also why this line is dropping rapidly. And then next, we'll take a look at some over-under trends in the past history between these two teams. So believe it or not, even though the Bills' home stadium is obviously in Buffalo, they deal with some crazy weather conditions over there. They are much more accustomed to scoring points at home because they're more familiar with those colder conditions. Their team has been very used to playing in cold conditions. Josh Allen is just fine throwing the ball in colder conditions. But when they travel, especially in conference games to Miami, where it's a completely different atmosphere, they have struggled in the past to score. As you can see here, over-under trends when the Bills are the away team. Last year, Buffalo is down here at 3-5 to the under, so hit the over 3 times, and 5 teams they hit the under, 5 times they hit the under. Those 3 times were all against top 10 offenses in the NFL last year. Don't know if Miami's going to be top 10 this year, probably, but just a good statistic to see there. And we'll also go to as a away team, as an underdog, which the Bills are this week. The Bills were only underdogs. I believe the Bills were only underdogs 3 times last season, but once again, a 1-2 tally to that under. Once again, bringing in the factor that the Bills are going to be more run heavy. This is a very tight spread, so I don't expect Miami to be leading this game for the majority like they could be in the past, allowing the Bills to run it more. And once again, that's an attribute to this under being 1-2 and 3-6 overall for Buffalo when they travel. And last but not least, we'll take a look at some past matchups between these two teams. So as we can see, we've had some really high scoring games, 20-48, 31-34, 29-32 in the past between these two teams, which new bettors could take a look at and automatically assume, wow, a total of 49 seems pretty low. However, these are all when the Dolphins are playing at the Bills. If we take a look at the past 3 times that the Bills have actually played in Hard Rock Stadium, we see a final of 21-14, 35 total points, soars under. We see a total of 19-21, 40 points, soars under again. And then last but not least, the last time these two teams, or the third most recent time that the Bills traveled to the Miami Dolphins, 35-0 final. So all of these games went under by at least 9 points when the Bills were traveling to the Dolphins, and that includes both blowouts and very tight games. So once again, we think the under's the play here. We think we're going to beat some line movement on this one. So the earlier you get it, the better. Lock that in. And once again, guys, we can just see the line movement here. It opened at DraftKings. Obviously, this has Pinnacle influence. This has market-making book influence at this 51 number, but it dropped all the way down to 49. You can find it at 49.5 some spots still, but get it early, beat the closing line, shop your lines, and use the promo code YouTube25 for 25% off. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and we'll see you in the next one.